right. So this is what the Gradle Enterprise dashboard looks like. So once you successfully log into Gradle Enterprise, this is what you'll be able to see. And I'd like to just highlight a few different tabs or areas of the Gradle Enterprise dashboard as we go along. So for starters, I'd like us to begin with the project section. So in our case, we only have one project, but you might find that for a particular company setup, it might have different projects within a specific Gradle Enterprise instance. And the thing you need to keep in mind is that Gradle allows both, or rather Gradle Enterprise allows both Gradle and Maven types of builds. So in our case, since we only have one project, I'll just highlight the name and you'll see when I refresh, the same build scans will be displayed down here. So I refresh that and you can see it's just the same specific build scans being displayed here. Next, we'll focus on the user section, which is this. And the user section highlights the specific builds of a particular user and how they change over a period of time. And what this helps with is that it helps with tracking down any build regressions that may occur for a specific user's build over time. So in our case here, my username is Taraja. And once I highlight that and hit refresh, you'll be able to see my particular builds that come through over a period of time. In my case here, it's highlighted as 28 days. But if I made it, or rather specified it to a fixed period of time, let's say I take it back all the way to 1st of July and hit refresh, you'll be able to see all those builds from 1st of July to the 3rd of, or rather the 1st of March. And it displays from the latest all the way to the oldest going down. So tags is an important part of our experience in the Gradle Enterprise dashboard, in that we can add some custom tags to aid with the filtering of the builds. So in our case here, we have a PR build. So if I hit PR build and specify that, I think I can take out my specific username and I hit refresh, you'll be able to see all the builds that were run when a PR was raised. And whenever you raise a PR, as you may assume, it's the CI pipeline that takes over. And as you can see, it highlights the user as GitHub Actions right here. And to further add to this filtering, we can filter by requested tasks or goals. And in our case, we'd like to filter further by a specific Gradle task. So in our case, we have an assemble task, which is assembled, and you specify the environment, which is QA, and the type of the build, which is a debug build. And once, I don't think I've spelled that correctly. Yep. And once we highlight that, we'll be able to see all the assemble tasks coming through here, right? And this is available for you in terms of the build scans that are highlighted below. And the beauty of being able to filter by this specific Gradle task is that you're able to view the performance of this specific assembled task in the last X number of days. So in our case, if I switch back to the relative and specify 90 days, we'll be able to see all those tasks over a period of 90 days. So next, we'll proceed to the trends chart, which is the next one here. And within the trends chart, you're able to view the data for the specific fields that we have available. So in our case, it's the assemble. We're able to view data for the assemble task during PR builds, as you can see here, over a period of 90 days. And as you can see here, it gives you sort of like the breakdown of the data, an overview of the data over time. And I'd like us to focus here on the build time, right? So for the build time, we're able to turn on and off and look at certain aspects of the build. So in our case, we can turn off these two, and probably if you would like to know the mean time, it's highlighted there, or the median time, it's highlighted here as well. So you're able to view that over time. And as you can see, as we've been working on the build, the mean build times have been oscillating based on the work that we've been doing. Next, there's also the serial execution time, which is similar in display to the build time. And we have avoidance savings. So for avoidance savings, This is basically how much time your build saves by pulling things from the cache or by not having to re-execute certain tasks. So in our case, we've been experiencing an avoidance savings of about 3 minutes and 22 seconds over the last 90 days. So 3 minutes is a lot of time when it comes to saving time for your specific builds, and it shows you the breakdown. So in terms of local build cache, it's 1 minute 12 seconds. For remote build cache, it's about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And when you add those together is when you get an avoidance savings of 3 minutes and 22 seconds. So you see the beauty of enabling the build cache mechanism in your projects is that it helps you avoid doing unnecessary work and saving you some time off your build times. And there's build cache overhead, and finally dependency downloading. So this highlights the amount of time it takes for you to download specific dependencies into your particular project.